Hello, everybody, and welcome to the M&M show. Of course, Michelle, we are in December, so I've got a little bit of Christmas here.
Yeah, look at you. I love it.
And of course, a time for reflection in December. So, what we thought we'd do is reflect on the four Grand Slams throughout the year, starting, of course. Remember back in January, Michelle, where we thought 2020, all the four Grand Slams were going to go off, no problem. Australian Open was very lucky, really, in many ways, wasn't it?
Very, very lucky. I mean, who would have known, right? So were you at that Australian Open?
Absolutely. I actually haven't missed one since it began at Melbourne Park. So I think it was 80. It could have been 87 or 88. But
really?
I haven't missed one. I was a ball girl for 6 years at the Australian Open.
I didn't, I'm not surprised. I didn't know that, but how that is really, that is really cool. Yeah, I feel so blessed that, as you know, being from the US, which is so far away, that I have been at 3 Australian Opens, and all of them just amazing experiences. So that you've been to all of them basically is incredible.
Yeah. And I think what we wanted to do, as we reflect, especially in December, it's just such a great time to actually take stock and have a look at the year and be grateful, for those little things like the fact the Australian Open even happened.
Right.
And just even, I think it's great for us as tennis players to really think about I love the Grand Slams as a whole from a strategy perspective and from a game style perspective, because the surface, of course, went from, grass back in the day, then through the rebound ace where we had the ball bouncing up so high, and we almost had a period there where everyone was developing these Western grips because of the high bouncing rebound ace. And then, of course, we went, now we've got the hard true, the blue, similar color, of course,
right,
to the US, but, really requiring those all court skills. And the all court game with, certainly, seeing, obviously Djokovic and Cannon winning back in January, they certainly display, those types of skills. Cannon more obviously aggressive, hitting right through the court, but the number of players that we saw back at the Australian Open that demonstrated that ability to take it out of the air and be able to mix it up, and the sneak attack. You got to love a sneak attack.
Yeah, sneak attack. I love a sneak attack.
So we invite everyone to reflect on their observations. Let's back. Have you been to the Australian Open? If not, highly recommend you get there. Apparently, it's moved now for next year. It was going to be April, but I think I've heard now the first 2 weeks in Feb.
Really?
So yeah. So that's where it's currently at. And certainly this could be the first one that I will miss. This could be the first one that I will miss, just obviously for quarantining reasons, but it will be missed. But obviously we can still reflect and think about and coach and teach the great tactics of the all court game. Right.
Well, I think another thing we want to address about the Australian Open, and one of its features or differences, is that the tennis professionals are essentially coming off what is considered their break, right? The break in that calendar year. Now, under normal circumstances, their calendar year kind of ends end of October-ish, would you say?
Yep.
And so they have not really even 2 months to rest, recover, and prepare. And in many cases, a lot of them don't rest or recover, because what do? They actually go play exhibitions. Okay.
Yeah.
But when you look at the scope of professional sports, they all have a season, more or less. Golf and tennis don't so much, right?
Yeah, all year round, almost.
All year round, pretty much. So that takes special training. That takes special mentality and mindset, right? And the ability to be able to do those things, like rest, recover, not overtrain, maintaining things like flexibility, trying to avoid injury. And then many of them have to come into some really hot weather, right? They're because that's summer. So they're transitioning from, some people living in the colder climates during winter. And we both know that it can get pretty hot at the Aussie Open in January. So, there's a lot of, skill set planning, periodization, right, that has to take place in a short period of time.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that's why we're having a real focus on the importance of stretching in the month of December with our energy movement. And also, did you know that you can actually crack an egg on the Australian Open court surface on some of those 40, 45 degrees Celsius days? And of course, you've got yourself some brunch. So on that note,
okay. Love it.
We look forward to getting into our energy movement.
Hi, it's time for our energy movement, and we're going to do wall angel twists. Now, when you do this, you want to have a better wall than I've got behind me. I've got some obstacles here, but we're just going to go with it. So we're going to start with our back against the wall. We're going to raise our hands above the head. Come back down, exhale. Slide those arms against the wall. The next time you come back up, as you come down, you're going to rotate the body to the wall, drop the arms down, and then press against the wall for a nice chest stretch. To come out of that, we go up and back down. Inhale. We're going to rotate to the other side. Press. And come out of that. All right, it does take a little bit of coordination. Take your time, but it's going to feel really good. So that is our angel wall twists energy movement.
And and from a mindset perspective, reflect on your own ability to have an all-court game and also on your recovery. So everyone, signing off, that's us, M&M Show. Bye for now.
Thanks, Emma.